No, there's too much going on. One of those mornings, right?
Good morning. If we can all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Call the roll.
Here.
Tony Lappy.
Here.
Jay Johnson.
Here.
Bill Wychulis.
Morning.
Brian Kramer.
Good morning.
Councilman Bill Snipes. Councilwoman Marie Shaheen. Councilman Nigel Bullock. Mayor Janet Allers, Commissioner Kevin Wayne are excused. We do have a quorum.
Thank you. So we missed one member. Our newest member wasn't in that roll call. That would be Mr. John Lai, who is a non-voting member representing Florida Restaurant and Lodging. I was trying to pick on you, but then they didn't even acknowledge you, so I guess I don't have to. All right. John, welcome. We're glad to have you here. And now we have a presentation from Crystal, a presentation of the guest first. People that have earned the American Hotel and Lodging Education Institute's Certified Guest Service Professional designation, which is exciting.
Good morning, Council. Wonky. I know it's a hard one.
I didn't mess it up.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
I didn't even say it.
We're on a first-name basis around here.
So, good morning. I'm Crystal Wonky. I am the customer service trainer for the Guest First program. I'm super excited to be here today to celebrate the individuals that have recently completed the Guest First program and have earned their Certified Guest Service Professional designation, or CGSP, to add to our acronym list that we have running, right? So our partnership with the American Hotel Lodging Education Institute is the reason why we can have the Guest First program. Together, we really try to strive to raise that bar of service that we provide to visitors, trying to keep them coming back year after year. With our recent summer cohort, we actually have 1,204 individuals who have been certified in this destination. So that's super exciting. And then I would like to invite Vice Chair Jay Johnson up, as well as our Executive Director Tamara Pygott, to present the gold pins and certificates for those that recently graduated. Thank you. Here is a quick snapshot of the individuals who've completed the program over the summer. As I call your name up, please feel free to come up and grab your certificate and pin. Alejandro Chichisola.
You're in the, Sam, you're in the light. Oh, there they go. Thank you.
Perfect. Joshua McDonald. Joshua McDonald. Diana Salerno. Paul Iacobelli. Mary Beth Corhonen. BCB's Jamie Smith. Mark Lovelace. Sean Niesel.
like this.
Kelly Niesel.
See with the VCB. With Sean with the VCB.
And if Sean and Kelly would remain standing, if you don't mind. We also, in addition to earning their CGSP, they've also have earned their Certified Guest Property designation, which means that every frontline employee that they have earned their CGSP. Round of applause for them. Congratulations to Shalimar Beach Resort. That is an awesome designation. Well done. And congrats to all of our graduates. For those that are interested in taking Guest First, we currently have sessions going on in person as well as virtual, so feel free to go to vcb.com to see those sessions. Graduates and their supporters, please join me in the next room for refreshments. Thank you.
Bring your lunch? No, samples from the salesman.
Thank you, Crystal. Looking for a motion to approve the August 14th, 2025 TDC meeting.
I'll move it.
minutes.
Second.
Tony, then Rob. Thank you. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Public to be heard. Good morning.
Council, Megan Dunphy, Director of Sales with Luminary Hotel and Company. We recently celebrated our 5-year anniversary just a couple of weeks ago. And on October 23rd from 4 to 7, we invite you to our anniversary celebration. Members, as a thank you, we hope that you celebrate with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chris Verrill. I'm the Executive Director of Florida Repertory Theater. Florida Repertory Theater is now celebrating its 28th season. We opened that season just last week. We are proud to not only provide and increase the quality of life here in Lee County, but to be an economic engine to help drive the Lee County economy. We bring 100,000 patrons to downtown Fort Myers every single year. And that is millions of dollars spent in nearby businesses, restaurants, with shoppers that our patrons go to before and after shows. The show that just opened last week is a show called the Rat Pack Lounge, with all your favorite music from Frank and Sammy and Dean and their martinis. I have good news and bad news. Bad news is it's already sold out. It's good for us. But it's because it's already sold out, we have added extra performances, so by popular demand, you can actually sneak in and see a couple shows. We're doing The Play That Goes Wrong, which is a hilarious comedy, a comedy that when I saw in New York was so hilarious that a week later when I was in London, I saw it again. And you'll get a chance to see it right here. The shows that we do at Florida Repertory Theater are all produced locally, right here. You get some of the highest quality Broadway musicals, comedies, and dramas, all produced locally right here in Southwest Florida. So it's a real treat. So it's not just the arts, it's a huge economic driver, and we are proud to have the arts be part of Lee County.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public to be heard? Hearing none, any municipalities to be heard? Okay, Coral.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me now? Ashley Anderson. Can you hear? Yeah. Okay. Ashley Anderson, City of Cape Coral. Some of our recent Cape Coral highlights from the last few months since we last met included a triathlon. It's called Game On Manatee Man. I don't know if anybody has ran that. The last time I came to this presentation, I asked everybody to participate, and we hope that you did. It was well participated, and the audience also attended, and that was at the Westin. September 22nd and 23rd, we had the Island Hopper, of course, and the Cape Coral segment of that had 1,200 attendees, and we sold, or you guys sold, actually, VCB, 454 tickets, and that was between the two entities in terms of the Sunset Cruise and then also the concert. And then we had 4 local businesses who provided deals. In September, we also had the Cultural Park Theater opening, and I mentioned that also because it was the 63rd season and it was completely sold out. We had a roundtable meeting with the arts sector of the economy, and they were really excited to kind of amplify this for the next few seasons. They were sold out on that one, and they had Matilda the musical displaying there, and they encourage everybody to visit their theater. Now, coming up in Cape Coral, we have our Oktoberfest for 2 weekends in a row. This will be the 40th annual celebration for the German American Social Club. I would absolutely go because this one is really going to be fun, especially since it's the 40th annual, and people come from all over for that particular event. Kiwanis Kids Fest is going to be October 4th. And that's a free event for children of all ages. Cape Coral Bike Night is also coming up on October 18th for motorcycle enthusiasts. Trunk or Treat, of course, is coming up, and we will have another drone show. Last year was incredibly attended, so much that this time that we're going to do a age segment. So anybody over or under the age of 5 will be in one section of, they're going to have like from 5 to 6, and then anybody else, all ages from 6 to 8. So that should help with the line that we had last year. The tourism spotlight that I want to mention it was founded in 1963, and it is one of our longest running community theaters for live entertainment in Cape Coral. It would be very good if you can amplify that through your networks, hotels, everything like that, because they do have a lot of good shows for a variety of ages, and tickets are usually under $30. And that's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other municipalities to be heard? Hearing none, we'll close that section and move on to the report of the Executive Director, Tam.
Good morning. So because we did not have a meeting last month, prepared to attend Governor's Conference, I'm going to report 2 months worth of data to you. So you see both the July and the August bed tax collection reports. July was up about 8% at 3.1 million. August up about 6.5% at 2.3 million. And fiscal year to date, we're at 44.8 million, just under 6% over our collections last year. And with those August collections, we now have exceeded last year's total, so we know that we will be breaking last year's number this year. But as we can see, it's a bit slower than we would all like, and I certainly know that August and September were not the months we enjoy in this business. Just for context, how does that rank compared to past years? And of course, we keep going back to 2019 because it feels like 2019 is the last normal year. Although I guess we're getting back to normal over time, but you can see that it compares favorably to last of 29, July and August of 29 are both up over 19. Star report, occupancy down, ADR up for July. And then similarly for, oops, sorry about that. Similarly for August. Oh, well, we can play that game too. You see the comparison there. Certainly not where we want to be in July or August. You'll see that in a minute. August was a little bit better in terms of occupancy. ADR continues to be up, and then for the calendar year to date, off a bit in occupancy, but up in ADR.
But we're inventories.
It's an inventory issue. We're like 13% or 18% up, same month year over year. And so you can't absorb it all at once, right? I think that's the challenge. And, again, I'm not a hotelier, but I've talked to a lot of you over the years, and I hear you can grow one, but you can't grow the other. And, I don't know if that's true. I think there are times when you can grow both, but growing occupancy and ADR at the same time is a challenge.
Yeah, you just don't want to see the red and run out of here, the sky is falling. It's just
Yes.
also an inventory.
It is an inventory issue for sure. And if you look at the comparative star report that's in your packet, you will see we have the highest increase in inventory of any of the competitive destinations.
And Tam, on that, we've got quite a bit in the pipeline. Chair, may I? Vice Chair. We've got quite a bit in the pipeline as well coming up, so that's going to affect. And then what happens is there's competition between whether it's the mid-level, high-level, crossing rate. So this is reflective of everything together.
Correct,
So
collectively.
not each segment. And sometimes it might be good to look at, in the future, look at each segment to see where we are with our own star reports.
Yes, and in the report I give you, there is segmentation. If you look at the second page of that report, the segmentation is there. So you are correct. I mean, no surprise, budget is performing poorly against luxury, and that's true, not in Lee County, across the country, we're seeing that. I set in on U.S. Travel's fall forecast, and there's some materials in your packet that are for council's information, an overview of that. And we are not the only ones challenged with some of the things we're challenged with. I know we think our situation is special, and it is. Ours is different. We're having different experiences because we are in this recovery mode still in terms of number of units, but much of what we are experiencing is being experienced all over the country. And once again, expectations for full year of 25 were notched down. Mm-hmm. But better expectations for 26, Rob.
Kind of along the lines of what Holly had mentioned, but I guess less on segment, more on just the difference between Star and Star typically being flag hotels. Typically, those flag hotels are inland, and then with what's going on still in the recovery out on the coast, have we done any sort of net? Because I know we've got a lot of properties that come online inland. But we still have a number of properties offline.
Yes, we do. And we'll get to that in just a minute.
Am I leading up to the next?
Well, we're getting there. We're still, we're under 85%, right, of our number. And let's keep going, guys. Slides.
That's good information.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Key data, vacation rental occupancy is up, but I point out to you still very, very low for July, and then August. So calendar year to date at 40%. I think it's important to know, historically vacation rental occupancy does not match hotel occupancy, different product, different clientele, but definitely trailing hotel occupancy. And then here's your slide, Rob, to help with where we are. So this is reflective through the beginning of October. October 2nd was the date of collection here. And this does reflect the opening of the Shalimar on Sanibel. You just saw Sean here getting his CGSP, his team, but the 33 units of Shalimar opened, and that is the very first ground-up construction on Sanibel in 41 years. Last one was West Wind Inn, I hear, Tony,
Yeah.
in 1984.
Or was it the other one? It could be that, I'm thinking the other one that was the old Holiday Inn.
Sanibel Inn?
But no, before. That's before 84.
Yeah.
So, that's a big deal, right? I mean, I can tell you when I'm in London next week or the following week, we will be absolutely talking about the new property opening on Sanibel. It's good to have something new to talk about, but it's still only 33 coastal units, and we have a ways to go. Tony, how's your property coming?
It's coming. It probably won't be right till March, but, we're talking 22 units, bigger than what we had before, and a couple pretty neat objects out there. We're going to give people tours when we get a little closer on, see where it's like. The one unit we have is a 4-bedroom that's directly on the Gulf with a 180-degree view of the beach. It's pretty spectacular, so it'll be nice to get it open.
It's exciting. When we were at the ribbon cutting for the Shalimar, Sharon Michi said to Pamela and I, "This is the new Gold Coast of Sanibel here. We're going to have beach view back. We have Shalimar. Whatever you decide to do with the West Wind. I mean, things are going to
Be a couple years out.
Yeah." But it will be, really new product and much appreciated, and more importantly, sustainably built product, right? The challenges we faced, those properties will be in much better shape should we face challenges like that again, and that's the exciting part.
Yeah, with these numbers, are these just star reporting properties?
No, this is from our database
Okay,
of
because I'll have an
properties.
update, because I've got different numbers than what you're showing, so I'll update that for you.
Yeah, happy to have whatever you have in terms of hotel units, but we're showing 58% for Sanibel. Now, again, I know we typically don't count time. It's tricky, right?
Yeah, I know.
Some of those things are a little tricky, but it is, that is based on our database, and those are the numbers based on the numbers we're collecting pre-Ian and current. Now, if something new was constructed, it's been added in. You see the Fort Myers number and Fort Myers Beach because, of course, Margaritaville, and then there have been some new properties in Fort Myers. We're not comparing those to previous numbers. That percentage open reflects against the original number, not the current number. Okay.
One other thing, obviously there's a hotel rooms, but we're not counting, John Lyon may want to comment on it, the amount of condos that are looking to come up online pretty soon. Some are already there, John, like Santo and some of these other ones. When do you expect them to be kind of really back in the groove?
We've got, Point Santa already open with their owners. We've got
Owners, yeah.
all open
John,
with
turn on
owners.
your mic.
Yeah, sorry. And we've also got Seashells coming online in November as well, and so it's tough. Our numbers do reflect condos that are in rental programs, and we have 78% of our vacation rentals pre-Ian back online, but they're not the same vacation rentals, right? So they're different units that were not in rental programs before that are now in rental programs. Like the South Seas and some now are seeing a lot of that now, where the owners are not necessarily living in them or using them the way they did before. So
Changes.
certainly, yeah, the numbers are different because of that.
Right. We just have tried to be consistent, right, with our database, but at the end of the day, it's a metric, right? Rob?
So something that's not in the STAR report, going back, if you're down 2,300 units still on your coastal, on your Lee County, go forward, the last slide we were just looking at. So we're still 2347 down, right? And then all the new stuff that we're talking about that came online that would probably show up in Star, but some of this didn't show up in Star.
Less. I would say around 800-ish units.
Okay.
1,100.
Still, even with everything that's come online out east, what we're saying is that we're considerably under.
Yes, correct. We are still considerably under. And in fairness, from a revenue standpoint, coastal units versus inland units in terms of revenue and bed tax collection, very, very different.
Yeah. And do we know of these units, especially the coastal ones, how many of them participate in STAR? How many of them
How many what?
How many of them participate in the STAR survey?
Previously participated or currently participate? Yeah, of course. Some of those units that we've lost, we won't get back. I mean, in fairness, some of the small properties that are not viable to reconstruct, given the current building codes and such, they won't come back. We'll get other units, but we may not get exactly there at that site what we had. So
Well, I know that
we get, just for context, Rob, I think STAR estimates we have, and don't hold me to the number, you could look at the report, 13,000 hotel rooms. They collect data from 11,000 of the 13,000. So they're not missing many, but you're right. The ones they miss are the small ones.
And I know it's just one hotel, so it doesn't make up a whole big impact on the STAR report, but our hotel has been under ballroom renovation since July. And July, August, and September, we've run 20% occupancy when we've normally run 80% occupancy.
Right.
Because we've had our ballroom out because of renovations that we're doing. So that also plays as well.
Okay, thank you.
Probably a manager too.
And this considers the existing inventory that we had, not new products coming, or,
No, if a new product has opened, we've added it, but for the percentage open column, we're not counting those new properties for the percentage open compared to Ian. Does that make sense? So you'll see, like Fort Myers, open pre-Ian was excuse me. Right, so they're more open now than there were before in Fort Myers, but we're still saying they're at 98% because there are some properties that didn't reopen. Does that make sense?
yeah. And what I was just thinking of as well is not only the existing, but to say, okay, what's in the pipeline?
Oh, a
Or
lot.
for true planning, not just in the we might be.
So-
Because that's going to bump those numbers from 15 to 20,000.
I tell you what, when we meet in December, I will provide you with a pipeline list.
That'd be great.
I do that about every quarter or every 4 months-ish. So I'm happy to provide you with a pipeline list. Now, of course,
I wouldn't be optimistic on the pipeline.
yeah,
And I know-
agreed.
Certainly, I know that. A lot, the pipeline is,
Increase in construction,
Yep.
insurance costs, and interest rates right now.
Well,
Everybody's struggling at trying to break ground.
I agree.
we
Yeah.
have approved projects that haven't broken ground.
That's the reason.
Right, of course. So we know that there's delays. But, I'll give you an example. I was over by the bell tower and I saw Cooper's cleared their lot for a hotel that they are scheduled to build. So are they moving forward? I haven't talked to Jim yet. I just saw it day before yesterday and was busy yesterday, didn't get an email out to him, but I assume that project is going to move forward. There are a few hotels under construction inland at this current moment, and, I know there are more to come, but I think the final planning number is like 13
13 projects.
properties.
Yeah, and I wondered the rooms, because that'll affect all of the
Yes.
ADR, we know. And this happened after Charlie.
Yes, it did.
There was a huge surge, and if you build it, they will come. And then,
Yep, the occupancy numbers rise, that makes it more attractive to come into the marketplace and move your project forward, but it takes, about 5 years? The timing always seems to match up with a dip, right? How could that be, but it always seems. Yeah, exactly. So, but yes, there are a number of projects in the pipeline. What of those projects come to fruition, TBD? And, you know, again, I will use especially Fort Myers Beach as the example. I think there are 3 or 4 approved projects that, you know, have not, you know, some of them approved for a while that haven't moved.
Talk to most of them, and everybody's just, the numbers just don't work until the ADRs get up higher and construction costs come down. I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
And it's that challenge, right? You've got construction on both sides of you. Being open is a challenge. So we see it. We know. All right?
So, one
Which
second.
just puts the recovery a little bit.
It does.
Hey, Rob, to answer your question on Star, their sample size is 10,855, and they say that the entire market has 13,041 rooms, so they're off.
So I generalized 13 to 11, close.
So they're close.
Yeah.
That's what they show.
So it's only, I mean, it's a very good representation. But I agree with you, the smallest properties are underrepresented in the STAR report.
So they also say that there's 133 properties and only 89 report. So that means that there's, what, 54 properties that don't report in the area?
You can see that, that's right on the STAR report at the end under participation.
It's on the one that has all the counties listed.
Okay. Good news, traffic's been up at the airport this summer. Really happy to see that. That's very good news for future flight opportunities. I'm sure the team at RSW is happy as well, up 6.5% in July and 5.5% in August, and almost back to level over calendar year 24. So really good news. We started off a little bit slow, but things have been picking up as the year has gone on.
Parking's a trip there. I hadn't been to the airport in like 3 years or whatever, and we went to Pittsburgh last week or whatever, and I thought, well, parking won't be, holy crap, it's a whole different deal out there. But it worked out fine.
It's busy, and you know,
Oh, yeah.
I every time I go out, I'm stunned at how quickly the new terminal is coming along. If you haven't been out, you will be very surprised. I don't know, Steve, maybe we could get you to give us, or someone from your team to give us an update soon about, you know, how the project's coming, and that would be really great. I think that the council would really enjoy that. So we'll pick a date that we can get you on the calendar, but it's really exciting what's going on out there. And you know, our visitor services team has been helping the passengers navigate all those challenges and doing a really great job of that. So hats off to Simone and the team out there. A couple of things. One, I wanted to share with you a little tidbit from our latest podcast, Shellcast podcast. So for a moment, let me play a little snippet for you.
Hi, I'm Jackie Parker. What was Captiva like almost 50 years ago? Let's ask Tony Lappy of Tween Waters Inn.
First of all, I want to thank my, he wasn't a ghostwriter because we became friends and I met him, Bill Schreiber. We did these audios. I would send him 10, 15-minute audio and he helped me organize. And when I got to the story about Aldo, I sent him the audio. He came back, he said, we're going to need a full chapter on this one. So, which I thought was classic.
Join me for a chat with Tween Waters Inn's Tony Lappy on the next episode of Shellcast, the podcast that's a beach break for your ears. It's available now wherever you get your podcasts. Shellcast.
So if you haven't read Tony's book, you might want to give the podcast a listen, even if you have read the book. But get a little insight to the behind the scenes on the making of Tales of an Innkeeper. So thank you for doing that, Tony. It's a great way to share.
Jackie too. It was fun to do. Really, really a lot of fun. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. In addition, I want to give you a little bit of a summary on Island Topper. First, a big thank you to all the properties that were involved, that hosted. We're hearing good number. We don't have any final numbers yet, but I am hearing that both F&B and room night generation was up across the board, and again, that much needed help to the September timeframe. We had perfect weather, only 2 rain squalls through the 10 days. That's pretty amazing for late September. And what I think the most excited about, based on our survey reports and counts at venues, attendance was about 14,828 attendees, a 39% increase over 24. So really excited about that. So we had 70 songwriters. That's a little bit less than in past years, but really high caliber songwriters really drew the people out. We had 9 ticketed events and 8 of them were sold out. So that is a very, very positive a sign of how things went. And, you know, I just can't say enough about the team that worked so hard to put that on. It is an all hands on deck, 10 days worth of a lot of energy and time and, you know, months of preparation. And honestly, the preparation for next year has already begun. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Hats off to Bill and his crew out at Pink Shell. You know, last year they literally had to shovel out the swimming pool to get it done last year.
Correct.
This year his crew had to deal with gale force winds that came in. We had a huge line of storm that came through right before the actual concert was supposed to start, and it was wicked. And their crew just handled everything that needed to be handled. Kept all of the merchandise in place. The crowd kind of dissipated and got underneath anything they could get underneath. And then everybody back out into the swimming pool and whatnot. So hats off to your crew. They did an amazing job in some pretty adverse circumstances.
It was a great night for sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And I think that rainstorm cooled it off a little bit. It made the closing act a little more pleasant.
We'll say it's an event that I look forward to, but I do look forward to when it's done because the stress level goes down. So.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's high intensity, that's for sure. But it's good. So we are really excited, and of course, as you know, we get more businesses and properties open along the coast. You know, during those events, you know, we have the opportunity to place more songwriters, in the future years. So we're excited about, you know, places like Mucky Duck and some venues at Fort Myers Beach coming back for 2026. So excited. We will have an update for you at a future meeting, but I did want to give you that little snapshot. And just for fun, we went and looked at bed tax collection in September of 2014 when we started, before we started Island Hopper versus 2024, and bed tax collection is 51% higher than pre Island Hopper Songwriter Fest. So you think those 10 days don't matter, but they do. So
over that weekend or
for the month, total month. Yeah. So not bad, right?
No.
All right, last but not least, I want to remind you we do not have a TDC meeting in November, and that is because we very much want you to join us on Wednesday, November 12th at the annual meeting. We will roll out, of course, our sales and marketing plan, and we have a very special guest, Fred Dixon, the CEO of Brand USA, will be our guest speaker. We also have our international contractors in, and I think within about 5 minutes, every one of their one-on-ones was snapped up. So you may have to grab them during the meeting or make a little time to chat with them before or after, but we are really excited to have our annual meeting on November 12th and strongly encourage all of you to attend and everyone who's listening in as well. Sir, with that, I'm going to ask Simone to give the visitor services report.
Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to report on the last quarter for this fiscal year from July through September. And actually here I'll give you the fiscal year in totals. The fiscal year just ended September 30th. During that time period, our volunteers assisted a record number of 924,561 visitors and residents at RSW. They worked 31,682 hours, which is a value to the county of just over $1 million. And they worked 21 different special projects. The top accommodations for the time period July through September was the Drury Inn at the airport, the Crown Plaza at the airport, as well as Margaritaville. Top attractions, this is aside from the beaches, is Ding Darling, the Shell Museum, as well as Big Arts, Sanibel. Top activities was attending festivals, shelling, and shopping. Our volunteers participated in various community and partner support events, such as the Global Entry Enrollment event at RSW. They assisted the school board with the mass casualty incident exercise. They worked as well as USA Netball at the Estero Rec Center. On August 22nd, we celebrated the 25th anniversary of the E Awards at Calusa Sound, and thank you to so many of you who were there celebrating 712 nominees. It was a really special event. And big thank you to our industry partners for hosting our volunteers. They went to the Burroughs Home as well as Shangri-La Springs. And then, just like we do every year, on September 19th, we celebrate International Talk Like a Pirate Day at RSW. So some volunteers dress up as pirates. I can tell you they're a really, really big hit with the traveling public. It's a lot of fun that day. And then, as Tam just mentioned, wrapping up Island Hopper, our volunteers greeted the songwriters as they were arriving at RSW, as well as assisting at various venues. And then looking ahead, we have a very, very busy fall coming up for our volunteers. They'll be attending education training sessions at the Best Western, Fort Myers Beach, Big City Kids, Fairfield and Bonita, heading out to Captiva cruises to Cabbage Key, Diamond Head, Edison Home, Fast Tracks, Fort Myers, Holiday Inn at the airport, 4 Mile Cove and Cape Coral, Ding Darling, as well as the Westin and Cape Coral. So a big thank you to our industry partners for hosting the volunteers so they can get to know everything that's so great about our destination. And then we've been busy recruiting new volunteers throughout the summer. We currently have 11 that have just graduated. Recruitment is still ongoing for the rest of the fall months. And that's it for me, unless there's any questions.
Thank you, Simone. Any questions for Simone? All right.
Great job at the airport, because that's a whole new thing going on. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Tam. Under new business?
We have put together a proposed list of meeting dates for your consideration. We will officially wait to vote on this until December, but I wanted to get it to you well in advance of that. If there are any conflicts, you could let me know. We will be happy to look at that, see if we could make some adjustments, but no need to vote on that today. We'll do that in December.
Great, thank you. Any for council information?
Lots and lots of things in your packet. Apologies. When I have 2 months, you get lots of articles. I hope they're of interest to you. Sometimes I wonder at the end of 2 months if they're valid anymore, but I always put them in the packet and include them for you. As I said, there was a U.S. travel webinar with a slide deck about the outlook for 25 and 26, and I hope you'll take a look at that. They're certainly, positive on 26 in terms of international travel because of the World Cup. I don't know if we'll get those same benefits in our area. We'll get some, no doubt, because we do have events going on in our state. But, I still think 26 from an international perspective could be a little more of a challenge for us, which is why we really wanted to hear from Fred and hear about their plans. So, but that's a really good report, so take a look at it. Good data in there. Sir?
Great, thank you. TDC member items. I'm going to start with a non-TDC member that I want to recognize. Sitting in the back of the room, Jeff Milkey, happy birthday.
Hey.
Wasn't going to let you off that easy. TDC members, Wachulis.
Good. Just one thing, a correction from a slide. Bike night is actually this Saturday night, the 11th. If you've not been, you got to go. And if you have been before, you got to go too, because it's going to be a special night. 3 big bands will be playing there, and we've actually stretched it out along 47th Terrace as well. So big stage. School of Rock is going to be there. Charlie Pace Band is going to be there, and Hardwired, which is a Metallica tribute band, is going to be there. So it's going to be a big night with expanded parking for motorcycles. There'll be plenty of light to actually tour the motorcycles and look at them. We took customer and resident feedback around, hey, how it's laid out, and it's not as biker friendly as it should be, and whatever. So we got together with CCPD. And we changed the layout some, brought in some more vendors, some more lighting, and 3 heavy hitter bands that are going to be there. So if you want to be in the Cape for a fun night, or invite some of your friends to come to town, spend the night in one of our hotels, that would be great. So that's it for me. Thanks.
Great, thank you, Brian.
Just as I mentioned earlier, we're renovating our ballroom spaces, all of our meeting spaces at the resort. We did a complete gut job. We blew everything completely out, $16 million, rebuilt it all. It's going to open up this Sunday, which we're extraordinarily excited to showcase for the annual meeting that's going to be in November. And we go from the 20% occupancy that we've been running during the ballroom renovations to a full buyout, full house starting on Monday morning. So we're excited to get everybody back to work for a full house for the rest of this year and showcase our brand new meeting spaces. So we're excited about that. And then we just launched our design meetings for next year, for next summer, and we'll be blowing out and completely redoing and reimagining our entire spa. We have an 18,000 square foot spa, and we're going to be blowing that out and spending a little over $12 million on the spa, and completely redesigning, redoing with all the latest and greatest types of treatments. So look forward to telling you more about that when that comes along.
Awesome.
Great, thank you. Ally?
Yes, thank you. I'm excited to give you some of the numbers that we have. We are currently 71% of pre-EN short-term rentals, and those are less than 7-day minimum. So that inventory is back online. As John mentioned with Seashells, we also have several other openings. Anchor Inn will be opening in November of 2025. That's a real eclectic property on our island, the A-frames, and the new owners, a young family has come in, and they are keeping that style, and we're really excited to have them. So that's November. Seashells, as John mentioned, November 2025. Beachview is reopening February of 2026. That golf course has sold, and I'm excited to get them back and active there. Right now, we've got about 81% of our vacation rentals inventory back online, so that's a pretty good number. 86% of our pre-EN Causeway traffic, and that counter, it's really important, that is counted at the chamber. So it's not just people that might be going to the Spoil Islands to enjoy the islands. And we've got about 83% of our local businesses reopened. And a great number we have, Shell Museum attendance is 103% of 2022. So we're getting there. We're looking forward. Recently, we did host, through Brian Rist and FGCU, an AI hub for businesses. So what this is a free opportunity for people to come and learn about AI and to help you be more efficient in what you do. And this is I believe it was the second.
It was the second for nonprofits, the first for the major businesses.
Yeah, and the turnout was great. And what this does is for every type of business and the nonprofits, sometimes they're a little hesitant to come, but we've got to really grip AI and realize it is here, it is the future. How can we use that to help our businesses? So great opportunity. And I thank Brian Rist for really supporting that with FGCU. The Farmers Market, we just opened again, Betsy and Jean. It is the 18th year, and that's a huge draw to our island, and we're excited. It was a great turnout. Come and enjoy that. That's every Sunday from 8:30 to 1 or 8 to 1. And as we mentioned, Shalimar, I know you all were at the grand opening. We're always going to be looking and highlighting that because we want investors to know that there's a value to come and build on our island. There's only so many beaches, and we've got a rare jewel in the world. And upcoming is Florida Cities Week. That is October 28th to 24th. What Florida Cities Week is highlighting all the cities in Florida. You take that week, we've got a lot of opportunities every day. We've got Touch a Truck, Wheel of Support, meeting our rangers. We've got our council meeting. Woo. Light Sirens and Sanibel PD are having an event. The code and coffee, so people can come and learn about the code, and then a city chat with the mayor. So all cities, we hope cities all get involved all around the state for this important week, and we look forward to it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilwoman Fahey. Anything?
Thank you. We're very excited to have the groundbreaking this November 14th for the High Five in our sports hub. And the pickleball courts will be ready in 2026.
Great, thank you. Mr. Lai.
Thank you, and I just want to say thanks to the FRLA for allowing me to be present and represent that organization on this council. From an FRLA perspective, they've recently invested over $5,000 to Lee County schools, culinary and hospitality programs. We're really excited about that. And then our culinary cook-off, which helps us raise those funds to donate back to the school district, that highlights these young aspiring chefs, will be held at the Shangri-La Springs in Bonita on October 29th from 5 to 8. It's a semi-annual, try to do it as often as we can when the weather permits. And our FRLA annual golf classic is Thursday, November 6th at 8 a.m. at the Dudes Golf and Tennis Club. You can go to the FRLA.org, local chapter events to register to participate in those. And then from a chamber perspective, I want to remind everyone that December 5th on Sanibel is our luminary event. December 6th, we'll bring back Captiva for the first time in 3 years. So very excited about those 2 dates. And then December 10th, we are hosting Hasbro, the makers of Monopoly and Sorry and Clue, as they do a soft launch for their brand new board game named Sanibel. So looking forward to having you all there for all of that.
Great, thank you. Rob?
Nothing at this time, thank you.
Our author, Mr. Loppe.
Oh, well, just a big thank you again to the VCB for bringing songwriters. I can't tell you what a disaster it would have been without them for our September, but it was really great this year. They made the month, so just to let you know that. And then, of course, we're not meeting in November, but if you're not doing anything the day after Thanksgiving, we do our annual tree lighting ceremony, and it should be fun. That's it.
Great, thank you. I have one thing to mention to remind everyone, since we're not meeting in November, that we do have the Fort Myers tip-off coming up on Thanksgiving week. That's a great opportunity to get involved in your community if you're looking for sponsorship opportunities as a business or just looking to attend. We have some great marquee teams that are playing that week, both men and women's side. So definitely worth checking out and attending if you're looking for something.
We got sand sculpting at Fort Myers Beach, too.
And sand sculpting, thank you. So those are some events that are coming up before our next meeting that I want to make sure we mention.
Something like that.
Jay, if I may, just, back to piggyback off Tony, the amount of work that goes into songwriter.
Round of applause for the staff. For the songwriters.
No question, they took an event from nothing to what it is today, and it's absolutely amazing to see over 11 years now, right? 11 years, the growth that's happened, and not only moving the footprint to different areas of the county, but also increasing the size and scope of the songwriters coming in. So great job there. Anything else? Hearing nothing, we are adjourned.